Hi everyone! In today's video I am making a doll face wreath. So I actually have a 12-inch frame from Walmart. I've had it for a long time, thought I'd use it. I'm just showing you a crossbar that has 4 rings on it. On the bottom two rings at the crossbar, I'm going to add a pipe cleaner. So I do that to each crossbar, and then in between each crossbar I'm going into the inner 2 rings, and I'll place a pipe cleaner there as well. So there's 6 sections and 6 crossbars, so that's a total of 12 of the pipe cleaners. So once I'm done making my work wreath, then I will go ahead and put that aside. And I'm showing you this cute little, it's a 5-inch doll face that I got from Craft Outlet. And I thought it was so super cute. And I'm just taking a couple of the cable mounts, and I'm actually going to stick them one on each side of the baby doll face, because I planned to put the baby doll face in the center of the wreath. I'm struggling getting that one piece off, but I finally get it off. And then once I have those attached to the wreath, then I go ahead and I run some hot glue on just the 3 sides that are on the outside, not at the very edge of the wreath, because I put it so close to the edge that I didn't want any of the glue seeping out into the front. So I'll take that and I'll put that aside and let that dry. And then I've got these 2 cute little ribbons that I got from Craft Outlet. So the deco mesh, the 2 1.5-inch ribbons, and the doll face all came from Craft Outlet. So since it's a smaller wreath, I normally do my tails at 14 inches, but this is a smaller wreath, like I said, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it at 13 inches. But of course you could do it at 12 as well. I mean, it is a small wreath and stuff. So here I just cut each one out, measure like this. You don't have to, you can find your own method of cutting, but I just cut out 12 of those, and then I cut diagonals, just slants on the ends of each of the ribbon tails. You can definitely do a dovetail if you want, but if you've watched my channel for any time, you know that I like to do a slant on the 1.5-inch ribbon. I do go ahead and cut the other ribbon off camera and get that prepped. So here I am again, struggling with something. I was struggling with it, but I got it off. So I really like this mesh. It reminds me of the window pane, but like a micro mini window pane. I don't know why, it just does. So because I want to use a full roll, and it's 10 yards or 360 inches, then, and I have 12 pipe cleaners, I divide the 360 by 12 and get 30 inches. So my cruffles are going to be 30 inches today. So I just take my little handy dandy Dollar Tree tool, and I just cut me some 30-inch pieces. Now I do say that this little cutting tool, it's definitely worth it. Like, I was buying mine at Walmart and stuff, higher prices, but man, I will forever, as long as I can find those at Dollar Tree, I will forever be buying them. It's cheaper, more affordable, and it works great. So here I am doing the cruffle method. I roll it 3 times on one end, and you see it's extra curly because it's the last portion of the roll, so it's always like that. And then I curl the opposite end 3 times, and then I just walk my fingers up. And this is a little thicker mesh, and it could just be because I rolled it up 3 times. It's not hard to work with. I really like it. There was absolutely no fraying, and it wasn't sticking onto other deco mesh. Like normally you could sit deco mesh on top of each other and it'll stick to itself or whatever. This one was not doing that. So again, I'm just showing you another slow motion, regular pace I should say, not slow motion. This is regular pace of how I do that. Walk my fingers right up in the middle, grab it, and attach it to my wreath. I do that with all 12 pieces. Now, when I'm attaching them, you see me attaching them horizontally. Make sure you do that because I'm using fewer pipe cleaners. So you want to make sure that when you have all your mesh on, that it's kind of like folding up against each other and making it thicker and more poofy. So make sure it's diagonal. I mean, it's horizontal, and you'll want to do that with the inner ring as well. And it'll make a real nice puffy wreath base. Now, I do like the cruffle method. It's for any of you that aren't familiar with wreath making. It is a combination of the curl and the ruffle. I want to say the cruffle method came around maybe a couple of years ago. I'm not sure who created it, but I love it because the mesh I get from Craft Outlet is typically really good, so I don't get a lot of fraying. But if you're using a deco mesh like from Hobby Lobby, one that's more in tune to fray, it works a lot better because you're rolling in the frayed side and you don't see it. But it gives you a mixture of curls and ruffles too. So I'm taking my, I've already added in my ribbon, and instead of cutting off those pipe cleaners, I'm just curling it around a glue stick. And that way it's just a little added decor on the wreath, gives a little bit more character. Or you don't have to have it, you could actually just cut it off. So what I'm doing is I folded my ribbon in half, I lay it out flat on the table, and then I walk my fingers up the middle to find the midpoint, and then I actually put that midpoint into the pipe cleaners. Again, I am curling the pipe cleaners, and then I'll spread out the ribbon on here. Now I did use 2 1.5 inch wired ribbon. You can use 2.5 inch ribbon, 1 2.5 inch, and a 1.5 inch, whatever you wanted to do, whatever you want to do. But just because, again, this is a smaller wreath frame, I just wanted to not overwhelm it too much with ribbon, and that way the doll face will stick out a little bit more. And I chose to keep this wreath a little plain. Aside from the ribbon and the centerpiece, that's pretty much all I do with this wreath, but you could definitely embellish it more. I had thought about adding some like white and black flowers. I know around Halloween time the Dollar Tree sells some black roses, and I had some white roses on hand, but you could try that or just leave it plain like I did. It's actually up to you. It might have went a little better if I had put a black backing onto this wreath, but I didn't think about it. I thought that the mesh would be enough to cover it, but you just have to manipulate the mesh to cover the white pipe cleaners, because I didn't have black pipe cleaners. So black pipe cleaners on that would have worked best, but like I said, I didn't have any, and I just chose to continue with the white. But I think it works out just fine. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a very blessed week.